Well, I'm sitting here on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, and my logs are drying out, but I'm sitting here reminiscing. We all get nostalgia around Christmas, don't we? And I was sitting here thinking about up and down, and I was thinking about the times for, several years ago, many years ago actually. And I was working in Frankfurt. I was at the Frankfurter Wertpapierbosch, otherwise known as the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. And if I could recall, I was working in commodities at that time, probably for about a year, maybe 18 months at most. Up and down, I was based in Bratislava, and we were in fairly regular contact. And anyway, I said one time she called and she said Mother Superior had suggested she may be posted abroad for some missionary duties, perhaps in Africa. I said, whereabouts in Africa? And she said she'd possibly be sent somewhere. She couldn't remember the name. She said something like Ethiopia or Somalia. I said, she's not going to Somalia. She said, well, I have to go. I have to go wherever. I said, well, the Horn of Africa is very volatile just now, up and down. There's a civil war and there's strife and conflict all over. So I was very concerned for her. Anyway, I said to her, I says, look, up and down, you need to keep in touch because I'm very concerned about you, and I certainly don't want to lose you at all. She said, yes, I know that. She says, don't worry about me. But I do worry. Or I did worry, and I still worry. But anyway, I said to her, I says, if there's any suggestion you might be going to Africa, I says, I'm going to give you this number. This is my direct number to my office. You have my other number for the apartment, but if you need me for anything, or you're going away, please call me. Is that a promise? And she sort of muttered away, and she said that she would and stuff like that. But anyway, the months passed away. I didn't hear from up and down, and of course I couldn't contact her. Anyway, lo and behold, I was joining in the festivities in the central offices of the Frankfurter Wertpapierbosch, and making plans. I didn't know whether I was coming back to the United Kingdom for Christmas or spend some time in Germany. I thought of maybe popping down to Bavaria or something of that nature. And out of the blue, I received a fairly urgent telephone call, and it was a very, very faded line. It was very crackly. I said, I'm sorry, is that you up and down? And I turned to my colleagues and I says, chaps, could you just give us a little moment, please? I've just got a telephone call. I think it's up and down. And of course, they were drinking champagne and doing all sorts. And I says, give us a bit of hush, lads, will you? Anyway, I would return to the call. I says, up and down, is that you? The line's very faded and very crackly. And she was floating in and out. I says, where are you? She says, I'm in Mogadishu. I said, where? She says, I'm in Mogadishu, Somalia. I've been here for several months. For goodness sake, up and down. I said, why didn't you say so? Well, I'm saying so now, she said. And, she got very upset. I said, don't hang up with me up and down. Anyway, she then says to me, she says, would you like to come over for Christmas? I've been thinking about you. Up and down, it's the 23rd of December. How the heck am I going to go over to Somalia? Well, if you don't want to come, I thought you loved me. I said, I do love you. how on earth am I going to get to Somalia? Look, why don't you give me your number? A contact number. I'll arrange something just now. I'll try and get some flight together or something. I'll let you know. So, immediately, she left a call. I was busy with various agencies and travel firms and flights and stuff, and I could get a flight to Cairo, but it was going to be 2 days before I could get to Mogadishu. And I thought to myself, what am I going to do? I thought, then some chap said, why don't you fly to Istanbul and then take a flight to Cairo? You won't have to take a stop-off flight. You can just fly from Istanbul to Cairo and pick up any old flight to, to whatever you're trying to get to in Africa. I said, that's a marvellous idea. So that's exactly what I did. And I left Frankfurt, and I took that flight to Istanbul, and just like my colleague said, I was in Cairo, and there was flights all over the place going back and forth to various places. Addis Ababa, and further afield to Dar es Salaam and over to Zanzibar and stuff. But I was concerned about getting to Mogadishu in Somalia, or even Khartoum in Sudan. But I arranged a quick dispersal. I phoned up and down. I says, up and down, I've got great news. I'm going to make it there for Christmas Eve. She says, that's wonderful news. I'm very happy. Will I meet you in the airport? I can easily be there for you. I said, oh, yes, please. So anyway, when I arrived, I was very, very disturbed to see the smoke all around the city. And as I came through the airport, there was heavy shelling and gunfire all the distance. And I said, up and down, where she was. And she came over and she hugged me and she said, hello, hello. I said, up and down, what on earth are you doing in Mogadishu? This is a dangerous place to be for you. You're too pretty to be here. She says, oh, shut up. Anyway, I says, what are we going to do? And she says, well, I think the best thing to do is, I don't think you should get a hotel, because there's been lots of people being kidnapped out of hotels, but I've got this very smashing apartment that you can use, and we can have a smashing old time over Christmas. I said, well, that'd be wonderful. So anyway, we got ourselves organised, and we were over this. It was not a very nice apartment. It was a couple of rugs and, scrapings of a carpet, and there was a table and there was a bed, and it wasn't really what I'd like to be staying Christmas, but at least I was going to be near up and down, and that's all that mattered. So anyway, she said she would join me for dinner that evening, and we popped out, and she took me to this rather sedate restaurant, and very much gazing through the fish menu, and sitting here. There was rather a bit of an oasis with palm trees and stuff all sort of round about, and I felt okay. Would you like some wine? And she said, oh yes, please. So we chose a very nice wine. I think the wine we got on that occasion was a French wine, but I think it was a Chardonnay. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was. We were sitting there, and I think we were between courses, and I said, up and down, you look absolutely delightful. You're absolutely gorgeous. And she was. She was very, very attractive, and I said to her, up and down, may I please, please, please kiss you, just once? And she says to me, she says, I would rather kiss that camel's bottom than kiss you. And she pointed over to this camel that was nearby. I said, oh, up and down, why are you being like this? And she just looked at me that same old way. I think it was from that moment onwards, because she described the camel as being a hideous cretin, and it seemed to stick, and she calls me a hideous cretin often. But the fish was served, and we were sitting there, and we had some salad. I said, will the salad be okay? And is there any hygiene in Somalia? She said, oh, shut up. I was sitting there, and anyway, I kind of took the napkin and gave my fork and knife a little extra cleaning over, you understand, and so we got tucked in, and several glasses of, it was very nice wine, I remember that very well. But anyway, I looked into Up and Down's eyes, and I said to her, Up and Down, please may I just kiss you once? And there was a bit of a pause. And she said to me, she says, well, I tell you what, she says, since it's Christmas time, I'll allow you to kiss me. And I never forgot that kiss. And I don't think she ever either, because when I leaned over, I kind of pushed my way over the top of the tablecloth, and I careful not to upset any of the condiments and stuff, but I drew her a little close to me, and I says, you're ever so beautiful, And she looked at me, very deep eyes. And I remember approaching her lips, and she was very sweetly scented, and her lips were perfect. And her skin was so soft, very beautiful. And I leaned into her, and we kissed. And she drew back a little, and I could see a little tears in her eyes, and I said, oh, Up and Down, don't. And she says, it's very beautiful to be with you. I do love you. And she pushed the chair back, and she said, I think I must go. I said, don't go up and down, please. Please, face up to it. Please sit there. I said, I can kiss you again if you wish. And she said, please do, please do. And we embraced again, and there was an almighty flash in the skyline, and there was rapid gunfire, and up and down, what's happening? And she's quick, follow me. We darted through there was gunfire all around us. Even the restaurant. I said, what about the bill? I said, she said, forget the bloody bill. She said, we're going to have to get out of here. And it was mayhem. And I said to her, I said, may I kiss you a third time? And she said, no, you'll never kiss me again. She said, I don't want to kiss you again. You make my stomach all tickly. You make me feel blushed. Something happens to my heart when I kiss you. So you're not getting to kiss me again. Is that understood?